Hello, everybody. We are back. Pixels for People. We have Cosmic64 showing off Super Mario Odyssey any percent. Take it away.
Hello, thank you for having me here. I just want to say it's definitely interesting to be here. It's probably my second ever marathon, so I'm very excited to be here and raise money. So, with this run, we'll start with an offset as a seed is planted in Sand Kingdom to grow a seed. So with that, I will start the offset now. Oh, why didn't that timer start? It's an issue. Technical difficulties. Try that again. I'll start the offset now. Hello? Oh god. I don't know what's happening. Oh, my controls are
Just
not set.
1 second. All right, I'm bringing this back. All right, sorry for that, everybody. We are back now. Just had to fix a very small issue with live split. Cosmic, take it away.
As I said just before that, it does start with an offset of any time specifically relative to the cascade exits. And with that, I do a -5 to give myself time to make it there. So with that, we can start the offset right there. Timer is running, and once it hits 0, we will begin.
So with that, I also want to introduce myself. I'm Noob. I'm the commentator for this run. I've also been running this game for quite a few years now, actually. And yeah, I'm gonna be helping Nate out. Actually, only found out that I'm gonna be commentating here like a few hours ago, but here I am, and yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Odyssey is like a really movement-heavy game. Not that many like large glitches, just mostly like movement, just being really good, I guess. It's a
It's
very nice
based on
game to look at,
movement.
and
A lot of it's
yeah,
based on movement, and then there's the very like few tricks, just like the seed manip to grow it faster. That's minor trick that saves about 20, which is a lot. God, now that I think about it.
yeah. But there aren't like any game-breaking glitches. We aren't gonna be skipping any kingdoms. We aren't gonna be
hmm
doing like any major manips and stuff.
Sadly, this is not
We already
SOS.
True that they recently got like a new like major exploit that like allows them to beat the game in like 20 minutes ish, from what I remember. What I wanted to say is that Nate has already shown off a first piece of tech. What you can do is do a so-called spin pound. That's done by spinning the left joystick twice, jumping and then ground pounding immediately. You saw it here at the start of frog room again. Oh. And what that allows you to do is basically transition into a roll faster than normally by just ground pounding. Here is another piece of tech. You can, if you go diagonally in the air, do so-called vectoring. That's used all over the run. Mostly you're gonna see it in Moon Kingdom though. Just basically by going diagonally in any way, you're gonna gain a bit of speed. Now, on to our first boss already. This is Topper. He's usually a bit of a pushover, but there have been instances of people like losing tons of time to him, but yeah, shouldn't happen here. Nice, good fight.
Yeah, that
What I
was a pretty
wanted
good
to
fight.
also, another thing I'm putting out there is I'm doing a bit of a challenge for myself. For every damage Nate takes, I'll be donating $5, and for every death, 10. If anybody wants to, you can match me, and we can see where this goes. So Nate, please do not make me broke.
Well, yeah, don't worry. I'll try to die as much as possible. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you. So now on to Cascades. Honestly, one of my favorite kingdoms. It just looks really nice. Basically, what the game wants you to do here is make like a large loop around the kingdom, sort of. You start off at the start. You get this first moon. You can see up there. you lower bridge, you go around, go through a 2D section. That's all really slow. So instead, what we do is after we grab this moon, we're actually gonna use a dino that's placed up there, and we're gonna just skip directly to the boss. We're gonna now basically after a few cutscenes, we're gonna see that. Honestly, one of a very easy trick. So if you're playing casually, you can honestly pick that up yourself.
I can back that up. It's definitely not a difficult trick, and it does save a good amount of time. So, if anybody does have any thoughts on running it, then that is a pretty good trick to learn right off the gun.
Also, for people who are interested in this game, there's a fantastic tutorial series by Tomshi. It just gets you set. Oh, looks like Nate's feed is frozen on my end, so I can't really. Ah, there we go. Okay, we can now see him going up there with the dino onto this trampoline, just on capturing, and into the boss. Nice. Now let's see how this fight goes.
You'll also see me collecting coins for a certain moon in Wooded, where you have to buy it, and it does cost 100 coins.
Yeah, you can see Cosmic doing a bit of a fast strat here. What you can do is by backflipping onto the chain jump as it's coming towards you, you can just stop it and immediately get it ready to capture. And by holding Cappy out and having him come in, you can also hit off his head and capture him even sooner. Very swaggy trick, but honestly, not that difficult even. Like, this game is very easy to pick up for beginners, even stuff like this. So, this is our first multi-moon. These are worth 3 moons, so generally they are pretty decent, but since they have a lot of cutscenes, as in like 50 seconds worth,
It's like half the run
they can
cutscenes
be
take
slower
up.
than coming. Yeah, exactly.
It's a
There's
lot
been
of
like a
cutscenes.
comparison. Yeah, there's been like a comparison of like I think with the world record, but with all of the cutscenes removed, and it goes down to like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty heavy on cutscenes, but not like the long cutscenes you're gonna see, like for example in Breath of the Wild, but like just these short moon cutscenes. Here we see Nate go. Here we see Cosmic go for a moon on like this cliff. There's also a chest moon you can grab nearby, and you can do a clip with that, but it's a bit inconsistent and not really worth it for this run here.
Still make it.
Okay, this looks like I want to say like a 550-ish
It's like a
cascade.
558, I think. So it should make
Yeah, I
the
mean that
trick.
should make it. Yeah.
As long as I get
you
sub 6, that should be fine.
Yeah, exactly. You saw Cosmic on the screen at the start to set the date and time. Basically, what we do there is we set our time relative to daylight savings. So what you're gonna see pretty soon is that Cosmic is gonna plant a seed into a pot, and then what's gonna happen is that seed takes 20 minutes, real-time minutes to grow. So what you can do is by having daylight savings happen, as soon as you plant the seed, the clock jumps forward an hour and the game thinks that hour has passed, so the seed just grows instantly. You're gonna see that very soon. A pretty nice trick, and honestly one of the more like clever uses of the daylight savings thing. I haven't really seen anything like this in different runs. Also, another thing you might notice that the game is in Japanese. No, not Japanese. That's Chinese.
I
Simplified
think it's
Chinese.
tradition. I might be on the language that
Traditional.
loses 8 frames.
Yeah, it's like basically. The Chinese. So they're generally very. So it's generally very worth to switch the language. Okay, Cosmic seems to have gotten scammed by the bird there. I think your feet cut out in like the worst possible moment.
Yeah, I ended up planting the seed, but trying to get up there, trying to get to the seed moon itself, up to the
But here you
town.
can see the seed. It's grown now. Basically, what has happened is that Cosmic tried to grab a bird that's on like a global cycle. But what you can do is by entering like different like loading zones, basically when the screen goes black, the bird's position resets. So what you can do is now, after leaving this room here, you can go onto like a dune and jump up to the bird. It's a bit slower for like non-top level runners, but if you're like really good, this is actually a faster way to do it. Oh,
Wow, dude.
yeah, I'd just go into the pipe again, I'll be
Yeah, I'm
honest.
just gonna have to find a backup moon somewhere.
Uh,
Unless I get it in Oasis again.
Nah, I don't know if that works. You need to warp further left,
Wow.
even further left. There we go. This, you'd think this like random ground pound moon would be really easy, but no, like the spot you need to hit is actually really tiny. So you do see runners really struggle with this one. Like even top level runners sometimes just randomly miss this moon just because it's like this really tiny spot. Now I don't know
Considering
if
I'm coming off that mist bird, it makes it harder to tell when I need to ground pound.
Yeah, true. Like usually you've got like a visual cue. Every runner kind of does it differently. I, for example, look like at the horizon where it's at. But it depends. Now we're gonna see a bit of a bullet bill manip. At least I hope. Let's see. Yeah, that looks
Yeah,
good.
that should work.
Basically, what you can do is you can keep this bullet bill you see there. You can keep it alive, and then yeah, grab it. Nice. I just. What do you do here for backup? I think I just go to like luggage. And just do like beginner send, but just skip like notes or whatever. Yeah, because of the bird Cosmic missed earlier, we kind of need to do a bit of a backup, but it shouldn't be too bad. Now, just going this moon here.
I have done beginner sand a couple times in my lifetime.
Yeah,
Shockingly. There is a faster route that I used to do, but that was when I was not very good at the game. It's another clip in the game.
Oh, yes, getting both of these. Okay, that's also fair.
Oh, and the bird's gonna go right by me now, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of interesting because, like, usually you'd just reset over missing the bird. But, yeah, this is not gonna work.
This is a marathon. There ain't no resetting here.
Yeah, we do
Strong
kind of need
finishes.
to.
May not be the best run ever, but we finish it out.
I can't actually tell whether that worked. Okay, it's good. Okay, and you can see a chest next to that moon that contains 50 coins, which are gonna be really useful for the shop later. You can already tell we're at 109 coins. That's already more than enough. We need 100 by Wooded Kingdom, which is the 5th kingdom, I think. I don't actually remember.
Also, wait, no, but you counting the intentional hits during Ruined?
Yes, sir. I'm going broke with this one. Okay, now just these notes and then we are out of...
I mean, so far, no money, but I mean, that's
yeah, I mean,
good
it's
for
gonna
your
change.
bank account, but...
Yeah, I'm gonna... I mean, at least it's for a good cause, so I really don't mind.
Oh, wow, come on.
Yeah, most normal leaves. These leaves are like... Honestly, leaves in general in this game are pretty, like, bullshit
Leaves and
sometimes.
trees in this game are not very forgiving. They're just
Yeah,
brutal.
they can be very wonky.
12...
Well, out of cent with this one.
We're looking at like a 12...
Yeah, 12, 10-ish, probably.
12, I think, yeah, probably like 12, 11.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
Yeah, but next up is Lake. Lake is one of the most consistent kingdoms, honestly.
As long as you don't do
Just
Lake.
a very... Yeah, that's true. That's like... At the top level, Lake can become really difficult, but as long as you're just doing the most standard route, you're gonna be doing just fine. Just basically grabbing a few fast moves and then just killing the boss.
Also, I know I probably don't need to explain this, but there's the first moon we grab, there's a vault, and then there's a triple. The vault is pretty easy and relatively faster, but you will not see me do that, sadly. I just cannot get a grip on it.
I don't know how much the viewers here actually know about like game mechanics in general, so I'm just gonna explain it real quick. A vault is when you throw Cappy, that's our head. You throw him forwards and then you basically roll into him, and that allows you to give that gives you like a very large jump that just lets you clear really massive distances very quickly. But in this position, it's pretty tricky to set up, so Cosmic won't be going for it. Now here's the spot where the lake clip where we mentioned earlier is. You could go out of bounds, grab 2 moons, and then like get another extra to basically skip the boss, which saves time because of cutscenes. But because that's very inconsistent as well, it's not really something that's
Especially at
worth
my
bringing.
actual PB level, it's like not recommended. I have a 109.41, which is decent. It's still not the best time, but it's decent. But lake clip is usually not recommended until a lower 10x time.
Yeah, I mean I've got like a 105 time, which is also like just fine, but I'm also not doing lake clip. Honestly, that radio would be like somewhat worth, but still like
So
not
instead
really
of
it.
lake clip, I will be going to fight the boss.
Rango here. He is very easy as long as everything goes right. As soon as something goes
As soon as something goes
off
wrong, it's
script,
just
then he
over.
becomes very messy. But yeah, we shouldn't really be seeing anything here. Yeah, you can see we just basically lock him in place, farm some coins off of him. Nice, even got the spin throw thing. Very clean. So, very solid lake, honestly. And we'll be seeing Wooded. Wooded is definitely like one of the kingdoms you can gain or lose the most time in. Very tricky. Lots of movement, lots of tricks, but yeah, we're gonna see how it goes.
There's lots of
Also,
different routes in Wooded.
yeah, true. If you've got any questions about the game, anything about the speedrun, just post them in chat. I'm reading. So if anything interests you, just ask me and I can give you an explanation.
15:15.
Yeah, looks about right.
I
It's
guess
about
that's
like
not
50
too
seconds.
bad for missing bird. Still, that's actually decent for missing bird
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
twice.
Plus, like in Wooded, you can probably
Yeah, I could probably
save
save
quite a
a
bit of
lot in
time.
Wooded still. Probably like 20.
Yeah. Now, for Wooded, the entire kingdom basically centers around one glitch, and whether or not you do it. It's called Nut Clip. It has only got a few frame window, and it also involves a lot of really tricky out of bounds movement. But if you can do it, it saves a lot of time. I don't think we're gonna be seeing Cosmic going for it.
Probably not. And unless I decide to just play out of my mind and want to go for all time save, then no.
So let's wait for. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna use this rock to hit the bunny, then juggle it over. This it looks tricky, but honestly, once you get the hang of it, this movement is actually
First time
like
I've gotten that in a while, so
nice. Okay, and here's the shop that we've mentioned earlier that we needed the 100 coins for. But like, if you do the most standard route, those coins are like never gonna be an issue. And we're actually gonna do gonna be getting a second shop fairly soon, or like not fairly soon, in like the last third of the run. But there is a way we can very easily get another 200 coins, so I'm gonna be showing that off once it's time. Now here we're gonna see the moon that's involved with Nut Clip. Basically, as you can tell, most of the moons in this kingdom are hidden inside of these nuts. And oh well, Cosmic's features cut out. That's not good. Let me see. Oh, that's back. Okay, never mind. Might just be an internet issue on my end. But what you can see here is like the backup to the nut clip. You jump up this wall that just looks like it really shouldn't work, but it kind of does. Now we go up this ramp, which also looks kind of illegal, but if you go in with enough momentum, you can basically just mash and just go up it. Like this, flawless. And go over to these moons. Now basically what we skip with this is an entire sub area as well as some extra moon that we'd have to go out of our way otherwise. Basically a not moon further around the corner, which are fairly slow, so instead we are just doing this movement here.
Sorry about the cameras. I was trying to turn off my main camera. But
Oh, yeah,
my
fine.
mom walked in the room, I didn't know what she was gonna come into, so tried to turn off my main camera and accidentally turned off game camera.
Yeah, I mean
So
now it should be good
that's- so
again.
that's my bad.
Looks just fine. Okay, now what we can see is this big piranha here. It's not quite on screen yet. There we go. It's got a moon, a story moon. Basically, the most optimal route of this kingdom actually skips that, because as with all of those moons, those ones associated with story, it's just got a very longer cutscene, so it's usually worth it to most optimally. But you replace it with very difficult movements, so it kind of becomes like a thing where you're trying to basically balance like difficulty and time save. Okay, here we're gonna see a P-switch in front. You might already see it inside of this cage there. And it basically spawns a flower road. And what you can do is, okay, Cosmic's just gonna take it, honestly, best decision. There's a skip, you can do a fairly, a very tricky jump, honestly. Like, you can definitely die to it, where you skip this flower road, saves about 2 seconds, but honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, I didn't
It's
do
not
it in
an easy trick. There is an
Yeah.
easier one that saves less, but it's still usually just not recommended.
Yeah, for like the 2 seconds of time save, it's just like a... You'll be just fine just taking the flower road. Now we're gonna see just 2 more moons inside of this tower here. Afterwards, we just defeat the boss and we're gonna be just fine.
Or you do speedrunless, which is, I don't know if you already mentioned that, but
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it. You can just, instead of skipping, instead of doing the boss, you can drop down and grab the 3 other moons I mentioned, which would be like marginally faster, but it's a lot more difficult and you need a very tight cycle for one of the sub areas, and that's like just usually not really worth it. Now this is Spjot, very difficult boss, definite round killer. You can see how much Cosmic is struggling with it. Very clean.
what
There we
the
go.
heck?
Okay, honestly, I feel like the wood was pretty solid. There wasn't like
Yeah, that was
anything.
pretty solid, even though, yeah, other than the ramp mistake, then this is pretty solid.
Yeah. So next up is Cloud, where we're gonna have our first battle with Bowser. It's also like a fight you can definitely optimize. There's like a strat where you can grab a few extra coins.
And they'll skip one in
But we
Metro
won't
as well, skip a Hintar.
Yeah. We won't really be seeing any like super fancy strats, I don't think. I don't know, you do fast strats, right?
Yeah, I do fast stats.
Oh, okay, yeah. Basically, usually what you'd have to do is like Bowser basically throws out his heads in front of him and then starts like chucking them at you. And you can then like hit the white head, go back to Bowser with it, then hit him. What you can do instead is like while he's holding them in front of him, already go up to him, backflip while he's throwing it, and instantly just re-grab it, and that just saves a bit of time. And you're gonna see Cosmic go for it. It's not like a very difficult trick in my opinion, but like you can definitely go wrong. Like just the first hit especially, you basically roll into the fight and just need to get like this movement just flawlessly. But we'll see.
Am I able to jump in with some quick donations here?
Yes,
Sure
go
thing.
ahead.
All right, awesome. We have a $35 donation from Dirk and Wolf with a comment saying Bowser did nothing wrong, and we have a $15 donation from Lee, who just leaves a controller with a heart. Thank you, N Wolf and Lee, for your donations.
Thank thank you as well. You've already seen 2 of the fast hits by Cosmic. The first one, honestly, I don't know how that worked, but it did, so good on you. And yeah, and here we can see the third one. This is the first $5 I need to donate. Oh,
wow. I
got
got
kind of screwed over by this one. Yeah.
position there.
Well, here we can see how it will look like in a bit more of a casual sense. You just draw Cappy, regrab that, and then you just hit them. There we go. Nice.
Oh god, that is very close to fail.
Yeah, but honestly, still like
Still
fairly
fine.
unraised. Yeah, nothing like horrible. Now on to Lost. Lost is like one of those kingdoms either goes perfectly or it just completely goes to shambles.
For real.
So we're gonna be hoping we see the first.
I would
First
hope
thing
so.
we do is meme tree, which like basically you need to think of Lost as like basically a 2-part kingdom. There's like a bird at the beginning, like there's a bridge you need to walk over, then you get Cappy, the head stolen. So instead, ooh, okay,
Well, that's not very
yeah,
ideal.
that's meme tree for you. Basically what happens is that the bird steals your cap, and what we can do is instead go around the trigger that's there, that's supposed to have the bird steal it, go around, trigger him manually, and just kind of save a lot of time on cutscenes.
And
So
then, yeah, you
now
save time
with
on
this,
cutscenes.
yeah, and with this first jump here, that's it's called meme tree, and it just lets you get to the other side of the kingdom without really getting in like any danger of like the bird hitting you. But disadvantage, it's kind of tricky, especially to do like in the movement, basically in the flow. So it's very understandable to take a death there. Also, if you are interested, definitely check out like Tyrone, for example, on Twitch. He's the main one-player runner, world record holder in. I don't wait. No, he doesn't actually hold that many world records anymore. But like his any percent time is what feels like a minute ahead of everybody else. He's just really damn solid.
He's
So
still
if you're
grinding for the
interested,
last possible minute
yeah,
barrier, 90% actually.
yeah, he's trying his hardest to get a time of 55 minutes, which like even like I want to say like a year ago just would sound completely impossible. But yeah, he's going for that. So you can imagine like the sort of gameplay quality you can expect there is like really impressive. Like damn. Also, I need to note down how much damage you took.
It's so far it's 22 intentional, and then
Yeah,
the death.
2 and yup.
Plus
Sounds good.
plus we still have the 15 later on.
Yeah, true.
Just for the sanity of your bank account,
So-
I won't go for the up throw strat here.
Okay, I would prefer if you didn't do that.
I usually go for it, and I
Okay.
usually fail it.
Yeah, fair. I mean, you can die there like to the moon under the bridge, and it just loses like 2 seconds because what happens is that your checkpoint is set like right by the Odyssey, anyways. So basically, you die, you respawn there. And you're just
But getting out from under the bridge does save a little time, mainly due to the fact of you don't
movement
have
instead
to
and
watch the
just
cutscene.
like a bit of time. Yeah, true. So now on to Night Metro. Night Metro is this like gloomy kingdom. It's got like one part that's really movement heavy. You basically need to do it perfectly, or you won't make your cycles. Again, like one of those kingdoms that can just spiral. But yeah, we hope to not see
For
anything
first
of
half is just, or a lot of LWCL, which is lost, or more so first half in general, which is all the way from the start up till Metro. It's just brutal. It's if you mess it up, it can get out of hand really easily.
Okay, I do not know how you just avoided damage there, but nice. Okay,
That's
we
not gonna
go.
make it either.
This trick honestly is more difficult than you'd think.
It's
You need to do,
not as
like,
difficult as
perfect
I'm
level.
making it look.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but like for beginners, you can't just bounce off the awning. You actually need to do like a bit of a technique. Basically, what you can do is if you throw the head, Mario does like a sort of spin animation around himself, and if you then dive onto the head, you get like a bit more height. And that's what you need to do there, otherwise you just won't get enough height to make it up there. Oh,
I'm sorry for your bank account.
yeah, I'm going bankrupt. Whatever. It's for a good cause, so can't complain.
As long
You
as you
saw
don't get a
this
call
moon
from your
there?
bank, it's okay.
True. You saw the moon there that's just sort of chilling there in the open. It looks like it should be fast to grab it there, but it's actually like on a more direct path later. So that's when they're gonna be grabbing it. This is like the part I was talking about, which can very easily become kind of messy, especially with like the elevators at the start. City Hall, we grab this moon here, and now here comes a very scary looking long jump. Honestly, not that bad. Like the main thing working against you there is like the camera. Basically, it turns on its own, and it you can just miss Cappy and just die. But luckily that didn't happen here. Now we grab this checkpoint, make ourselves.
We'll use that later in the second half of this kingdom.
Exactly. So, and here's Mecha Wiggler. This is basically just a name test, but also kind of an auto-scroller. It's like, usually you expect to
Aside
beat him
for
in
Giggler,
two
Giggler's not an auto-scroller.
True, but I don't know if we want to go into this right now.
I
Basically,
usually go for it, but it's fine. I don't want to go for it.
fair. I mean, I'd rather you did. But yeah, basically what happens is that you, he's got like these cycles where he shows up like on the wall, you can hit him, and he goes into the wall and just does like this phase here, you can see right now. Basically what we're trying to do is beat him in 2 cycles, as in he's on the wall, he does this phase, he goes onto the wall and we beat him. But if you get unlucky with like the pattern, if you miss your shots, you can go into 3rd phase, which is loses 30 seconds. The pattern is actually somewhat random. There's like, I think some 20-ish patterns you can get. But all of them are beatable in 1 cycle. Not 1, 2. There we go, 1 more shot. Nice. Okay, flawless. That's the 2 cycle for you.
Yeah, that's a 2 cycle. So I mean, I've gotten decent at 2 cycle. I don't know why I wasn't able to do it like at some point, but it's not too bad to learn and like actually do. Once you figure out, like once you do enough runs and you get to Night Metro enough and you actually beat the Wiggler in 2 cycles, it's not too bad to figure out what pattern he's gonna end up doing once he starts moving from the first area.
Yeah, there's like a bit of technique to it, but like with time you'll get pretty decent at it. Now at the start of Metro you're gonna see a so-called Dram strat immediately. Dram is the guy who found like the technique of warping to a capture by holding Cappy nearby.
Wait, was that actually his name? What? I didn't even know that.
Yes, he was called Dram 55, and his one request to the Odyssey community was to not name the skip after him. So now like half of the Odyssey skips are named something Dram. Now you saw this. Cosmic holds out the head, goes to grabs the moon, shakes to home Cappy into the moon, and then just grabs it. Okay, now we can see some RC car action.
Not
You
very
can-
good. Nobody hire me.
Yeah, the RC car. Honestly, I hate the controls on that.
Bro, I'd rather do
the
scoot
tools
clip,
are
but I'm
really-
so inconsistent at it too, so.
Yeah, there's a clip you can do with the scooter where you tilt Mario into the cage, but it can be a bit tricky. So you can also just take the RC car. No shame in that. Now we can see a Dram again, holding Cappy out there, shaking into the pole. Nice, very clean. Actually, I toots. Oh, that's mean. What you can do is if you land on the bench perfectly, like if you fall from a tall height, you get a stun animation. But what you could do is if you land on the bench, it gets cancelled with Mario just sitting down. But yeah, Cosmic just kind of got scammed with Mario just going too far and not being able to sit down. Now we can see the goddamn one here.
You also see me, for anyone who's wondering, you also see me do a lot of spin pounds, but you also don't see me stop to do them. That's called a buffered spin pound.
Yeah, it's a really nice technique. You can, for example, imagine you are in a roll, like just holding ZR shaking, and then you can, during the roll, you can start rotating the joystick, and as soon as you release ZR, Mario's gonna just start rotating for the spin pound. So you just jump, ground pound,
You'll
and you've
see me
got
do it here right now. Ready? I didn't stop, and I just got a spin pound.
Yeah, you can do it during cutscenes, for example, so very handy there. Okay, the movement over the bushes. Honestly, a very cool strat. I like that one a lot. I might actually start doing it because there's also a spin pump there, but it's a bit inconsistent. So, you can see we're picking up these musicians here. There's a route that instead does like a sub area and a slots moon, but the movement required is again a lot more difficult, so it's not generally like advised for most runners to go for. Now you can see the checkpoint we've picked up way earlier in Night Metro. We're gonna warp up to that. There we go. Jump over to this crate on this random gather here. Now you may have noted the moon swaying in the breeze. That's what it's called. This one down here, and it's just basically a more direct line to go from the girder to here and to go down and grab the wire. Now we'll just go very far up to the tip top of the kingdom. Oh, I actually got that movement. Nice. This part here, like jumping from the wire up to the tip, is very difficult. You wouldn't think so. Oh, wait, that's still gonna make it. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, not close at all. Nice. And
You'll see me hit
what
the
you can
hint here now, as well.
exactly what you can see is this sort of pixel Luigi that shows up. Those are hidden like in a few spots in the game, and they drop 200 coins each. So what we do is just pick this one up and then use it in a shop later. Also, there would be a strat in Cloud Kingdom, the one where you fought Bowser earlier, where you can grab the hint out there, but that's like really difficult, and yeah, again, not really worth it, especially because it only saves like 1 second at best. Oh, mean bonk. This is People Room, just sort of cruising through this one. And there we go, that's Metro Kingdom done. Honestly, one of my most inconsistent splits. Okay, nice, nice capture.
That's not what I meant to do.
Yeah.
I meant to
I
open the
find-
map.
Yeah. I find Metro Kingdom to be one of my most inconsistent splits. Like, there's just a lot of really like tricky movement that you need to get just right, otherwise you just lose a lot of time. But this one was honestly very solid. Like, outside of Sand, this run has honestly been quite decent. Like,
Yeah, and the death and loss. That
They
we'll
don't
talk
have-
about that. We don't need to talk about meme tree
Oh,
anymore.
yeah, I mean, that one at least didn't lose that much. Okay, now on to Snow.
Second half of the run now.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, very solid so far. Now into Snow. Snow has also got like a few different routes you can do, or like basically two. There's a strat you can do where you jump from the top of the Odyssey to the painting. You might know that there's like a platform behind the Odyssey. You can
You
sort
can
of
see
see
it
it
with that
like
white arrow up there to show the checkpoint
Exactly,
on
that's
it.
yeah, that's where the checkpoint is. You can jump up there, but it's very tricky.
It's a
Saves a
4
few
out of 10
seconds.
trick jump, which means it's just under half difficulty.
Yeah, but like the trick jumpers are kind of too good, so I honestly 4 out of 10 is like a 10 out of 10 for me, so I wouldn't even.
I don't know how that snow went away, but
I mean,
Cappy's
works.
way over there.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll
Classic.
take it.
yeah. We basically now freeze this Toad to death and leave him be and go into Shiveria instead. That's where we're gonna be finding the rest of our moons for this kingdom. Now for the start here, there's a moon like right by the entrance. You need to do like a bit of a triple jump. Okay. A bit of a,
I do a different way.
okay, I don't see. Oh, there we go.
I'm
Yeah,
probably like
the
the
feed
only
tends
person who does that.
Yeah, the feed cuts out every now and then, so it's kind of hard for me to see everything. But yeah, now there we go. This is the shop I mentioned earlier, where we need the rest of our 200 coins from. There used to be an older version of the game which actually didn't have those coin hindouts, that's what they were called, and there it was way more difficult to actually reach 200 coins, and you had to do some messy routing for it. But that's not really an issue anymore, like at all. Now grabbing this chest here. The next moon you can actually use for a clip that saves about a second on just a better line to the next moon. I don't know if Cosmic's gonna go for it.
Yeah, I
Probably
usually
just
go for
attempt
it.
it. Why
Just
doesn't
to
look
try
like
to
it?
go for it. Just for memes.
Yeah, but it only saves about a second, so and it would have just allowed you to go down to this spot here a bit more quickly. This is Typhoon Room. Here, everything. Let me see. Okay. Ah, okay, it's already back. Never mind. That ping was necessary. Was not necessary. That's what I meant to say. Okay. With that, we are gonna be grabbing this last story moon. Now we just need one more moon. This is where the more advanced routes, which is warp back to the Odyssey and to this tricky jump I mentioned earlier. But instead we are just gonna take the safe route, go into this last room and just grab a moon that's like basically around it. Around like this sort of tower. I hope that there's actually a boss we could fight, but yeah. Cutscenes, so it's really not worth it at all.
And oh no.
Ooh, okay, that's mean.
I saw that one coming as soon as I went for that dive. That's the first time I've ever died there.
Smooth. Okay, there we go. Now, yeah, we just go back here, we grab this moon, and then we are out of... Oh, that was close. Next up is Seaside. Seaside is one of the most chill kingdoms. There's really not much going on, honestly. So for the start, you could probably do a few donations if you've got any. Otherwise, there's not much to say. There's a glitch we're gonna be doing at the end of it, though. So that might be interesting.
So we don't have any donations to read off right now, but I will do a little bit of plugging. So Child's Place is a game charity that is dedicated to improving lives of children and teens, children's hospital around the world. Child's Play currently has a network of over 180 children's hospitals worldwide and delivers therapeutic games and technology directly to pediatric hospitals to improve patients' lives through the power of play. If you're interested in donating, all the links are in the chat here. All the links are in the chat here that you can take a look at that have our donation, our schedule, and our prizes for the event. So yeah, again, thank you for all the support we've had so far, and let's try and make that last stretch goal.
So meanwhile, we can see Cosmic going up to the first moon. Ooh, that's a fairly tricky jump because the wall geometry is kind of up there, so you can't actually wall jump where you'd think you could. But honestly, not too big of an issue. Now we're up. Then next up, we are going to be going into this pipe nearby. You can see it here. And just grabbing ourselves another moon. Again, any questions, anything that interests you, just put it into chat and I should be able to give you a good explanation. this is sort of a weird part of the kingdom. You can see here, this is sort of a 2.5D area. You should go a bit further back. There we go. This is like a 2.5D area. Sort of odd, because like, basically what can happen is that you're too far back or forwards for the moon there, and you cannot grab it. Which, yeah, you need to adapt to that pretty quickly. Okay, now, nice RCB. That's a bit of an advanced technique there. Basically, what you can do is cancel the rolls of Mario using the cap throw. So what you do is you throw Cappy, you jump, and that cap throw you can then use to jump onto, which like it allows you to basically conserve a bit of momentum, just forward, and it's really useful for like clearing smaller gaps basically. Now into this tunnel here. And we're almost done to the
Oh no, I
glitch in
got
this
this
kingdom.
goofy camera turn. Oh, I have not had that happen to me in so long.
Wait, why did you say that though?
I don't even know why that happened, so I can't even explain it.
Yeah, I think it's got something to do with you shaking there. Basically, the fish has got a giant hitbox when you shake, which is like his sort of attack, I don't know, his way to attack, I guess. And yeah, it can mess with the camera. And one thing you might be noticing is that we're doing sort of small boosts. That's just what you do is if you press like Y and B at the same time, or like any cap throw and jump button, honestly. And it just allows you to go a bit faster. This is fish clip. You basically place the fish at the outside border, you recapture it, and then just go out of bounds. This trick looks sort of tricky, I guess, but it's really easy. Like, genuinely one of the easiest tricks in this game to pick up. And it just basically it replaced an old strat where you like had to grab a moon with nodes. You had to like do a trick where you like use a rocket flower specifically, and it just made the entire kingdom way easier. So honestly, yeah, one of those discoveries that I'm really happy about. Just makes the run better for it. Okay, next up is Luncheon, which again is one of those kingdoms either goes fairly smoothly or it just doesn't work at all.
50
It's got
seconds
a-
lost here in my PB.
Yup, seems about right. Lost has got a ton of different opportunities to just take damage, to just sort of lose time in general.
Take damage.
But yeah, make me broke. But yeah, we're gonna probably be seeing a bunch of that.
So far, I think we're at like almost at
Like-
at guarantee of like 60.
Yeah, I think we're at like, wait, what are we, 20? 45, I think. if
So
I
yeah,
calculated
45
correctly,
plus
maybe.
we still have 3 intentional damages coming up in the next kingdom. So
Yup. Yeah, that sounds great. So what we need to do is get up to the roof here, where there's a moon. You can do a triple jump off of the salt pile you saw to the right, but that's a very precise. And yeah, I wouldn't really do that. You can instead just ground pound off of that ledge, and it works just the same. Now Luncheon has got basically two routes. The one basically everybody does, and then one for the top level runners. Because what you can do is there's a bus right at the start here, and you can
saw
actually
him
jump
earlier.
around the arena. Yeah, exactly. Spew out the most difficult one. You can actually jump around the arena, just completely skipping the bus, skipping any further story in this kingdom, which actually loses you 5 moons, but instead it saves like I don't know the exact amount, but it saves quite a bit on just cutscenes. So overall, it ends up saving a few seconds to do that, but it's really, really difficult. Because what ends up happening is that beating this boss actually spawns in lava bubbles later in the kingdom. And if you don't do that, those are just not there. So you need to do movement around that. You need to do some like lava boosts and stuff. Some initial damage boosting. You need to do a very difficult jump to get like to an area you're actually not supposed to get to. But yeah. Not really a trick anybody with like a time of above an hour is gonna be going for. Here we see a sub area. These basically always have 2 moons, but we're only interested in one of them, which is like directly behind the entrance here.
Also, I don't know if you mentioned the 2P route. There's a different 2P route that is sadly not faster than 1P, so it doesn't really pertain here. But it's this sub area, but it does it late and then it gets shards. So instead of doing regular spewerless, like Nub just mentioned, going around the arena, they go down to a moon you will see me do later, and they make their way almost backwards.
2-player is in a whole nother different story. It used to be like a bit almost forgotten for the longest time, but recently, mainly because of 2 players, Jack and Zambo, Zack and Jambo, there we go, that wasn't right. These two basically picked up 2P, started playing together, and actually got the time lower than the 1-player world record. And
Got
now
the first
sits at like,
55.
yeah, they got like a time of below 56 minutes. They even got like an even lower 55,
Yeah,
but I don't recall the.
they got 255s already, which is wild.
Yeah, but I do not recall the exact time. But so far, this luncheon has been fairly solid. Nothing like. Okay, that that row console is.
Oh wait, come on, give me the
Very
manip. No.
I think you need to like change the camera basically.
Yeah, I think if I changed the camera, I would have got it.
Yeah.
That manip saves
Maybe-
like 3 seconds, so but it's pretty difficult.
Basically, what happens in Odyssey is that if something is not on screen, it basically doesn't exist. So what you can do is by pointing the camera upwards or like downwards onto Mario for this movement you saw there from the pillar to the island, you can just basically stop the lava bubble from like doing its sort of cycle around the island, and then you can just capture it a bit sooner.
I'll probably start going for
This
that
is
now that I know I
Fox.
can actually do it.
Yeah, but like you can also just do it with a roll of the pillar, and you don't need the RC.
Yeah, that roll cancel though is just for the for the swag
Yeah,
points.
fair. Now we take this lava bubble for a bit of a journey.
Oh, where am I going? God. That's how
Yeah, I
I
mean,
usually
this
do it, but that was
works.
just slow.
Yeah, there's like basically a weird like sort of lava bubble mechanic you can use to get there faster. It's like small ledges. Okay, and I'm back. My Wi-Fi just died, so let's hope I didn't miss anything.
It's okay. I saved your bank account by getting the spiny on top.
Let's go. Yeah. Now this moon here, or like you saw the one in the cage earlier with the hammer, bro. You actually can't get that if you skip the first boss. That means that all of these platforms here in the middle, they just don't show up. So what you need to do with the most advanced route is just jump over there to like, I don't know if you can see it right now. Yeah, basically where we're going right now. And yeah, it's just way more difficult and
That's like the
Really?
hardest part about Speedwordless is that invis block jump. You need to use invisible blocks to get over to where I am now.
yeah.
Or you can even do a harder strat called slope vault where I don't even know how to explain it. You like keep Cappy's perseverance on a slope and you get a vault, which we explained earlier in Lake, and you do that multiple times to make it over to where I just was.
Yeah, but the trick is like actually just frame perfect.
Is it really
60
frame
frames a
perfect? I
second.
thought it was multiple frames.
I do think so, as a multiple, but you need to do multiple of them in a row. So like, I mean, the world record holder doesn't do them, so that's probably just enough explanation because that guy just goes for like basically everything. So now on to Ruined. Ruined is just an auto-scroller. There's literally nothing to see there. So yeah, I don't know.
3 intentional hits as
Any
well. That's like
questions?
the only thing to explain.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can sort of talk about how the fight works, but
It's definitely intriguing. It's not, or I mean, it's not a very intriguing fight. It's like it's supposed to make you interested, but in reality, it's like pretty boring. It's just an auto scroller, really.
casually it's a very fun fight. Like it isn't really like the main, like a typical Mario fight sort of. Basically looks a lot more polished, so to say. But you'll see pretty soon. And yeah, I mean it is definitely something. But God, I've caught some sort of sickness. I'm just coughing all the time. I hope that isn't too audible here. But yeah, I mean, it should be fine. Now ruined. There's a bit of movement at the start afterwards. Yeah, no, you aren't saving or losing any time. Are you going for the toad?
I go for spin. Okay. I went for spin throw roll cancel.
Yeah.
It's not what I got. I got an MCCT RC.
No, I mean that also works. So now ruined. Basically, the fight works in like these phases. He either spits like those sort of wheels out, and they try to hit you, or he slams his head into the ground, and you can go on top and like try to damage him. Now you can see he starts doing the thing. We actually damage boost here, so that we can just avoid all of the lasers down below and just get to his like stakes up top immediately. Now this is. Let me just add 3 damage. You need to grab the toad. Yes, toad. That
By the
toad
way, that
also
code
gives
is not
200
necessary,
coins.
like, at all.
Yeah, that toad also gives 200 coins, but like it doesn't save any time, it doesn't lose any. The main reason I advocate for grabbing it is because like in longer categories, like there's also a category where you grab 500 moons for example, there you would need it. So I just recommend grabbing it anyways, just out of like, just to get into the habit sort of. Because like you're never not gonna grab it. And yeah, you can see there are like these hard spots around the fight. We're just gonna activate all of them right away. Because from what I remember, hearts really don't despawn. So yeah, we're just gonna activate them right away and then we just can just grab them after each phase. Okay, this is the last one unless I completely miscounted. The thing has cut out so I can't even see the last hit.
It was a pretty good spin pound at the end, so far that's been the only good part of this kingdom.
So, and now next up is Bowser's. Bowser's has basically got a really stupid fight at the end, the mech,
Oh god.
and that's about it. Like the rest of the kingdom is like fine in my opinion. There's like a few parts that can be tricky. There's always like really like major opportunities to take damage or die, but yeah, surely we won't be seeing any of that. No, no.
No. Maybe a hit or two, but not a death.
Yeah, I'd hope so. But yeah, you do a different special strat
If
anyways.
there's a death, I'll probably be over there in my bed later crying. Not literally, but metaphorically.
Classic. So, also another thing to point out is one of the skills that gets like completely underrated in this game is just being able to mash. Because like you can see currently, like there's this text in the Odyssey that you need to skip as soon as possible. There are all of these cutscenes. So like I've been doing races with like people that can finish a kingdom like 5 seconds sooner than me, but I just catch back up to them because I mash more quickly. So
Mashing can
it's
play a
definitely like a skill.
pretty big part.
Okay, here we can see another dram strat. What we are gonna do is pick up this bird, place it up top, and then drop back down for a moon, and then home back into the birds to just walk back up. You can see Cosmic Shake, and there we go. Nice. Yeah, that's bird dram, a fairly easy strat that saves a couple of seconds over like the next best moon, so it's yeah, very worth going for. Here's the first sort of sub-split, so the Ogre. Bowser's is split up into like mandatory story moons you need to grab. Otherwise you just can't beat the game, can't beat the kingdom. For every other kingdom the game just like basically says, hey, you need, like for example for, let me say, for Lake you need 8 moons. It doesn't matter which you actually grab, you can just leave as soon as you've got 8. So you don't need to kill the boss, you don't need to do anything. But for Bowser's here, the game does not tell you how many you need, but you need to grab all of them that are associated with the story. And afterwards,
But you
it
do need
tells
8.
you
You
that
need
need.
8 for
Yeah.
anyone wondering. You need 8. That's why I grabbed the extra moon. You'll see me grab another one at the end of these shards.
Yeah, this is shards. A very movement-heavy section. Like, there is.
Where am I backflipping?
There's some. Yeah, nice camera though. Okay, but that does work.
I don't know what this
Nice.
movement is, but it works.
I mean, if it works. There we go. Last shard is in a block there. There is a strat you can do, again, high level strat. You can actually manipulate the bird into poking the bomb itself without actually capturing it, which
Surprisingly saves a good amount. Oh, heck no. I saw
a few
that coming.
seconds and it looks really cool. That just cut out, so I didn't hear half of that, but
I captured the Pokio again.
oh yeah, that's a classic.
Classic that loses like 3 seconds for no reason.
Yeah. Okay, here we can see the last non-mandatory moon in this kingdom, or like non-mandatory as in not story-associated moon. This one here, it's just there above the gate. You can actually do a dram strat there as well.
It would also
where you,
technically
like,
be the last Dram. It'd be the last regular moon and the last Dram.
Yeah, true. Because we're only actually getting 4 more moons, and one of them being a multi-moon, is in like one of those that gives 3.
And then in Moon
Harriet
Kingdom, we just
first.
go beat up Bowser and finish the game.
Yeah. Here we need to beat the 2 Brutals. You can see Harriet here. And there's also Topper on the other platform. Harriet first is objectively worse. No real reason. They are actually the same speed, but I just said it's worse, so that's how it be.
Actually, BTT did Harriet first, so that means it's faster. It's not the only reason I
Okay,
do
comment,
Harriet
like-
first.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a pretty like major like sort of debate, sort of jokingly, which one is better. Like there's no reason to do one before the other.
It's
It's
usually
all
just
just
dependent on inconsistencies.
Yeah. I do Topper first, for example, because if I take damage, it's on Topper. And then you can actually use the checkpoint over there to heal the health back up. Because one thing that I haven't mentioned yet is that you can...
What? Huh?
Smooth, okay. If you took damage and grab a moon, there's like a sort of a few seconds of an animation where your health gets refilled.
You'll see
And
that
you
now.
want to try and... Yeah, exactly. And you want to try and skip that as much as possible.
By the way, despite all these mistakes, I'm only gonna be like a minute behind PB.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, not
And
too
I still
bad.
have 50 behind in max, so this kid's still 109.
Seems about right.
That is just not okay, like, at all.
Yeah. So, Cosmic has just mentioned mech. Mech is the boss at the end of the kingdom. It can be tricky. There's like a few different ways to do it. I don't know which strat are you going for.
Capture the bird and then just pray and hope I stay on the mech.
Okay, that sounds very optimal. Yeah, there's like a few different ways. You can just jump up the leg, which like it can be a bit difficult, like to get the hang of. You can just use the bird to like hit the mech, it then falls over, and then what you can try to do is stay up top. That's what we're gonna be seeing Cosmic do here.
This is definitely not the most optimal climb, but it's okay.
I mean, it works, yeah. Nice.
If I get up top, I'm happy. I'm getting that checkpoint because I don't trust myself.
Classic. So, there we go, it's mech time. It also basically fakes you out, like the game basically tells you, hey, the game's over here, but no, there's actually another kingdom. Spoilers, I know. And yeah, we're gonna be grabbing this bird here. I also try that all of the time, but it just doesn't work. And yeah, what we do now is we knock 2 bombs into the leg, then it falls over. Which leg you hit actually doesn't matter. Like the bird, the mech always falls onto the same side depending on which bubbles are still remaining.
Oh, I'm not staying on.
Whoop,
I didn't
you
even
got
have an attempt there.
Yeah, you might wanna
Yeah, I
look
don't think
into
this
the
game 109
straight way
now.
poke. Yeah, you should look into the straight way, like poke the ladder
I
instead.
really need
It's a lot
to.
more consistent.
Can I capture the Pokemon?
But yeah, mech is like the sort of boss, like when it goes well, it looks really clean and it's also really fast. But yeah, as soon as a mistake happens, you fall off. Yeah, it just becomes like a whole mess. As we can see unfolding right now. Oh my god, you're making me broke. Wait, there's another intentional damage. Oh my god.
I am not making it back on the mech here.
Now this
Actually,
should
wait,
work.
I might.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
the
no.
first time I've ever done that, but I'll take it.
Nice.
We take those. Just gonna crawl my way
I'll
over
just
the
hit
topper.
Yeah, just hit topper first and then hopefully you can make it back up top. No, wait for him to spin now. There we go. Nice. Okay. Yeah, and like sort of how we stayed on with
Not
the
too bad
topper
of a
here.
mech.
We stay up top for the entire fight, but
That would have been really good if I stayed on, but no, can't do that.
Yeah. Honestly,
if I
not
have a
too
really good moon, actually, this can 109.
I don't think they actually lost that. I have about 6 minutes ish for Moon. Now I don't think this is 109 because it's another 50 for the cutscene.
Yeah, so it's like 50 from here. Oh, yeah, I would need sub
You're
4
gonna get
or
low,
sub 5.
low. Yeah, you're gonna get like a low one
No
too.
thanks. I'll take a 110 though. Not too bad for missing bird and everything.
Yeah.
Missing bird, ramp. Let's see what else. I could probably. Oh, death and meme tree.
There was some other death I've got noted. Yeah, I don't even remember what it was.
I don't know either.
Oh, in snow, the mountain
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, whatever. Let's just look into Moon. Moon, the main gimmick is that it's got a low gravity. So what you're gonna see is the tech from the very start of the game again, where I mentioned like going diagonally to gain speed. You're gonna see that in action here. Basically saves a bit of time.
Warning: it will not be very good.
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
Actually, no, this should. As long as I don't have a. Actually, this will be tight. I need a 550. Not too bad. Actually, no, that's free.
Yeah, you should be able to one.
I could probably gold.
This is the split move. Basically, it consists of two parts: the overworld again, low gravity, and then Bowser fight and escape. Escape is sort of the last. Gauntlet.
It's like an auto scroller again. As long as you don't do 2DSS. That's a whole different
The
story.
very start of that. Yeah. Yeah, but like if you die anywhere in there, you just go all the way back, losing like multiple minutes at worst, which is not good. Now, you might remember if you've played this game casually, there's the moon cave up here. You can already see the entrance in the front. You go in there. Oh my god.
No, I'm sorry
You
for
go
your
in
bank
there.
account.
I'm also sorry for my bank account.
I think we're up to like 75.
I don't know. I need to.
Yeah, I
recalculate
think no,
later.
I think it's 75 because we were at 65 after ruined. I took one hit to Meg, and now I just took a hit there.
It's a good cause. Now, what we can see instead of going into Moon Cave is going up this wall here. This skip actually got found before the game released. During
I'm sorry,
the sort
what?
of yeah, that was like a short demo of sorts. And during that, they already found a way to skip the Moon Cave. And honestly, again not a very difficult trick. It saves like I think like 4-ish minutes.
It saves like 2 minutes if done if you play World Record
Yeah,
in
but
Moon Cave. That is not how you do the cutscene skip.
But yeah, for most runners, it's just even more time safe, which is and like it's not difficult. Like everybody can pick up Mooncave skip. There's
Dude,
like
it's
a
wild
sort
that
of a
even
shift.
if you had to do Moon Cave, the world record would still be 50. It's like 7 for 2P.
Yeah, true. Well, but I'm still glad we don't need to because that would suck.
I'm really glad to. Don't worry.
Yeah. This is the final Bowser. It's very close to the regular Bowser in terms of like difficulty. This fire is actually just fake. Like it's
Oh
gonna
wait,
be
there's
way
another
smaller.
moon clip, so we're up to. I mean, another intentional hit. We're up to like 80.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's mean. Yeah,
Actually,
but
wait.
like
I don't know if that's gonna 550 because of that. Actually, at least it's at
no, well,
least 5.
I mean you might still be able to.
It'll be
550.
tight.
But yeah, I mean this is final Bowser. Looks menacing, really isn't honestly. And yeah,
Looks
this fire here
menacing
you can
is not menacing.
yeah, you can even like you can do a bonk, and what happens if you bonk is that you gain a
Oh.
tiny bit of height.
Oh god.
So what you could do is actually you can actually bonk over that fire. So just go with that. Okay, got the fast hit, very nice. Let me add
Oh
that
no.
to the total.
Actually, wait. No, a tooth.
Ah, well,
Okay. Well, no. Now it's dead.
let me add that to the total as well. There you go. Nice.
Yeah, I need like a 205.
Yeah, they're gonna be like a 111. But honestly, like playing like a couple of minutes of
Yeah,
PB
I
with
can't
this game
complain
is very
about it.
understandable.
I mean,
Yeah, you can.
I raise money for charity. I mean,
Yeah,
that's always a good thing. Helping
and
people
yeah,
out.
just I just find like this game, like especially on stage, is really difficult. Like I've mainly done like races and stuff, and even then it's like very hard to keep your composure. So yeah, honestly, still a very good showing. Okay, there we go. Now you can see this 2D section up there. There's actually a way to skip that, which is like stupid difficult and saves
It
like 7
saves
seconds.
like 5.
Yeah, and you do this really hard trick at the very end of the run, and yeah, it's not fun.
It usually does not end very well.
Yeah, like you can imagine, like in the last minute of a run, you need to do a trick that's like considered one of the hardest. Like
I
in the
definitely
entire
don't
game.
think it's the. What is this lag capture card? Let's just hope I don't take a hit in pillars.
Yup,
43-second pillars. That's possible.
this sounds about right.
for anyone.
I don't know how it's actually going, but and that's very much okay.
Oh well.
Oh, the
Okay,
stream.
there's another one.
Stream died again, so that's a very unfortunate moment for that.
No! Jesus, my capture card, please.
If you died,
Wait,
I
oh,
would have done things. Oh my god, how did you take another one? Holy shit, I'm so
Okay, well, I'm so sorry for your bank account.
well, 07s, it was nice while it lasted.
Okay. I think that's $100 on the dot.
It sounds about right.
Oh god. I don't know what that run was,
Yeah,
but it was
that's
the
it.
run.
100 flat. Well, that's good.
You know, if I didn't
Well,
die that time in snow, it would have been great.
Cosmic, you should definitely invest in a new capture card and then onto new heights. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
need to
definitely
donate
need
a few
to,
bucks.
so.
Where's my exclamation mark?
also just would like to ask you, Cosmic, is there anybody that you would like to give a shout out to, or anyone in the community?
Yeah, first off, Nub, thank you for commentating here. Appreciate it.
No problem.
And then, thank you, Coda, for hosting. Let's see who else. I could probably think of someone else, but not right now. So thank you everyone for just being here as well. Appreciate it. And yeah, it was fun being here. Helped raise money for some charities, and it's really it's fun to be here. So thank you.
Oh, I'm glad you had fun, and yeah, you definitely helped raise money for Child's Play. We just the $100 snub alone, we're gonna have I believe $150 during your run, so you did quite well. Um, well, again, thank you very much. We're going to be getting ready for our next run here. I do want to apologize because we did have an incentive for Kenshin Trek's Castlevania 4